Hello everyone, I am Plankera, and today we're going to continue drawing Ines from Arknights. So last time, I had just started on this one, decided that I wanted to draw something in my minimalist style, and I was kind of just trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the picture. I had some ideas, but I just needed to have a little bit more time to let them wash over my head a bit and think about it all. But I did that yesterday. As much as I would have loved to have done the entire process on stream, it would have just been a lot of me talking while you guys couldn't see anything. Because, well, you know, it's all in my head. And occasionally I look at Google Images to help me out. So, one thing that I did is I went through a lot of her official art and then her skill animations in battle and stuff. And I think I'm going to embrace what I've seen a lot and draw the little sheepy thing. Or goat. That's part of the shadow. Because I wasn't quite sure how I wanted it to be at the bottom there. So we're gonna draw a goat. And I'm not too worried about making it super great right now. This is good enough. I can tell what it is. This way I can have plenty of time to figure out proportions and stuff. Right now I'm just kind of trying to get those ideas down. Something like that, and we'll just move things around. With this particular style, I'm not overly concerned with making sure that things don't go all the way to the edge of the canvas, because it's going to be transparent, like there's going to be no background. So, doesn't really matter. And then I'm just trying to decide how I want her angle to go. Because it's like I feel like if I put her too far into the shadow, it doesn't look flippy. But I think if I also turned her this way, it also wouldn't look very flippy. One thing that I have observed when I draw in this style is sometimes I feel like I don't push the pose hard enough. Because this style is just so abstract, and I think I can make things more extreme, and if I do, it'll just look better. So I'm being very conscious of that as I work on this one. So I'm just gonna try some things, see how it all works out. I'm still not quite sure how it's all gonna look yet. Choices are hard, and I do feel like a lot of my process is very spontaneous. I just kinda try something, see if it works out. And if it doesn't, I try something else. And it works for me. Mostly. It does make me a little bit slow, which I think is a tad unfortunate, but... What I'm doing here is... I go and make the modification that I want, and then I just lock this shadow layer so that it can't be moved. But this way I can try some stuff and without having to move the shadow around quite so much. Actually, before I move all that, I think I need a little bit of help to see how the body is twisting. So I'm going to draw some guidelines on her clothes. Let's use a bright color. Yeah, this gold will work. Just kind of hide everything. It's going to be kind of like this. Where it goes forward. And then back. Okay. This tells me that I might just be able to tilt the head instead of the entire body. Really get that round spiral going. Okay, and I think I'm actually going to draw another guide layer. And you see the nice thing about these kind of guide layers is I can draw them in whatever color I want. I think I want it to kind of do this a little bit more. There we go. I can make them... The interesting thing with this style is I really can just make anything whatever color I want and then adjust it later. Because it's so easy, everything is just a solid color. So as long as I keep my layers fairly clean, then there's no trouble at all. I think I want to keep her head facing a little bit upward. I'm definitely going to need to adjust that arm, the arm holding the weapon. Let's see. I think I might actually make that arm the straight arm, and then the arm at her side. No, it doesn't work straight, I don't think. Let's see. Because like that, I think looks strange. Let's group these together so I can move them both. Make experimenting a little bit simpler. Oh. Ah, I see. Oh, we'll group them together for now. Oh, I just kinda want to experiment with this elbow here. Okay. Separate it out. So this way it's a little bit easier to move around, because I think I just want to move that part around. I can always merge things together later if it's convenient. Right now, I just don't want my experimentation to be slowed down. And it's totally fine if it doesn't make sense. I'll flip the weapon around and stuff later as I see fit. Yeah, I do feel like it has to be bent, which probably means that I have to bring it up across her chest like this. I don't think I really want the weapon to get lost in all the rest of her clothes, though. That's gonna be a bit tricky. Okay, I'm gonna go visit the other arm for a moment. Sometimes if I'm not sure what to do with something, I'll just try something else. see how I feel about it. Yeah. So I don't think this arm being close to her like that is really working. It might do fine close, so maybe I just need to give it an elbow angle as well. Let's try. This way. I don't know. It's okay. It's kind of a complicated pose, so I'll try some things. Let's see how it all works out. For the bottom here. Right now I'm kind of deciding, do I want to keep the goat head there? What angle should she be coming out of? Because it's like, if I do it like this, and her head is looking toward the floor, or I guess I could have it look more toward the goat head. But if I ever go in this way, it doesn't quite work with the body. Maybe I just need to flip the head. Let's try that. I'll flip it that way, and then we'll just mirror this vertically. This tends to be how starting new pieces works for me. It's just all very messy. Sometimes I have a clear image, but that's honestly not very common, and I just kind of try some stuff until I find something I like. But yeah, I think this is working. Make her a little bit more flippy. Just deciding how all the flip should go. The good news is, once I kind of figure out posing and how I want all that to be, the rest tends to go pretty smoothly. This tends to be where most of the creativity in the process is, for me at least. Can I get her to look at the viewer? Oh yeah. I think I can make that look pretty interesting. Okay. So I'll leave that for a bit and kind of let me stew on that. The other thing that I noticed when I was looking through a lot of her, like, official art and stuff, is that shadows coming off of her are a lot more wispy. So they look more like, I guess, dark fires, how I would describe that. So let me try to kind of quickly block something like that in. I'm not super great at doing stuff like that super quickly, but I just want to see if I like the idea. So right now everything is looking kind of uniform and dull to me. Let's back up and try again. This is about as far back as I can go, that's fine. Gonna duplicate, and I'm gonna do some erasing. Gonna remove them for the group for a little bit. Let's see, kinda wispy tendrils. We'll blob it up here. Kind of shadows that look like they'll just break apart and vanish once you touch them. And like I said, I don't want to get super detailed. I'm definitely gonna have to make lots and lots of changes as the process goes on. I just want to see if I like this. Can kind of draw out big areas and carve them out with my eraser when the time comes. First, I gotta kind of just get started. Getting started is always the hard part. Yeah, right now this doesn't look super great. Okay. Let's turn her back on. I kind of like this quality of like stuff falling off of it. I might keep that idea. Just do it in a more deliberate, controlled way. And I'll just carve into some of this a little bit. Yeah, I think this has merit as an idea. I just need to really get the right shapes going. I'll probably have to do a bunch of research on fire and possibly look through her attack animations again. But I can leave it there for now. I think that's pretty good. So we'll keep that. I think I want this to be a little bit smaller relative to her. Let's see. How do I want her to be coming out of it? How do I want her to be coming out of it? What angle should I be putting this blob of shadow at? I'll just make it spin. Yeah, I think this is probably okay. Maybe a little bit more like this. And then I need something for the bottom here, and I don't think I want more wispy fire, so I think I'll just put, like, I don't know, goat hooves. When in doubt, add more goat. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. And then I do think that not necessarily knowing where the hair begins and the shadow ends is very cool, so let's put in some more strands to make it more hair-like over here. Yeah, and then, we'll add some highlights. Something like that. Get the hair shape kind of the way I want. You'll find that when I draw in this style, I hide layers a lot just because half the point is that it's really hard to see because everything kind of melds together. That's just how the style is. Let me make sure. Am I getting her hair length right? I think I am. About waist length. That's a little bit long, but whatever. It looks cool. I'm keeping it like this. Probably don't want it to be knee length though. That might be a little bit too hard. A little bit too much hair. It's like right now I'm not really concerned with like realistic physics or anything. I just want something that is moving well with the rest of the pose. A few more little hair highlights down there. And then on the front hair... highlights are over here. Okay. And now... more science with the down here. As I kind of noticed that shadows kind of around her kind of had some red to them. And whether I want it to be completely black or if I want that, which I'm not sure. That's why I'm putting it on a new layer. So far I think I prefer it just black, honestly. So I will... keep the shadow effects layer hidden for the time being. I was bad and did not name all my layers. Okay. There we go. Layers are properly named now. See, this is why you name your layers. Okay. So looking at this pose, it's kind of coming together, but I still don't really like this arm. And I think I might raise up this other leg a little bit. I do want it to be kind of going into the shadow there, the calf. But I can still afford to move it around a little bit. Maybe put her knee a little bit higher. Oh, oops, wrong layer. And bring this a little bit more down here, something like this. And then elongate the thigh here and kind of bring this down. That's something more like this, I think, will look a little bit more interesting. I think that the thigh might be a bit too long because it's half under her skirt and half going forward. Okay, time to hide some stuff again so I can kind of see what I'm doing. I'll just refine some things I'll change some things up. I'm still not especially concerned with the proportions or anything. I'm just trying to get the general idea down. I want to be able to feel the movement in this character. If I can't feel it, it's not good enough. No, I should switch these legs. I'm just gonna draw them again. But yeah, I think I should actually have this leg be the one that's going up. And this leg be the one that's going straight. Okay, so that means I should probably just draw the legs on different layers. And I will draw them in different colors for the time being. And then I will change them to white when the time comes. Guess I can't quite see what I'm doing. What the angle that her body's at. I'll just send this leg, like, way up here. Something like this. And then I'll do the straight leg. Yeah, let's just do it in blue. This leg just goes all the way down like this. So maybe what I should do is, rather than keep it straight, put the bend this way. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. Turn the hair and the shadows back on. And then I can erase some stuff at the calf to make it look like it's kind of coming out of the shadows. Keeping it very, very loose for now. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what it is that I want to do. Okay, now I need to make sure that this leg actually, like, connects to the rest of her body. That's always helpful when drawing a leg. Legs are way more useful when they actually connect to your hips, you know? It's pretty hard to run when your legs are not connected to your hips. Gonna hide this. Alright, let's revisit her skirt. Might end up just changing the color on her clothes too, if I'm being honest. It might be easier than whatever the heck I'm trying to do here. We're just gonna clear that for now. Okay. Let's see, with how this is posed. Center of the skirt is going to be, like, out on the side here. This means that her hips are probably, like, around over here. So that means I kind of want the skirt to go back. I want this to go kind of in. I'm going to clear a lot of this body layer. It's gonna get in the way. And I know that it's gonna follow this leg. Gonna really do an extreme bend right here. And her chest. Gonna be going out. I might need to do a little bit of proportion work just to be able to draw this properly, but gonna make a new group for the body, so that's why I can make this a little bigger. Hopefully match it up with the head a little bit better. Put this in here. Name the layers so I know what I'm talking about. And we'll go ahead and try to match this up with their head a little bit better. Okay. I'm just gonna name this, and I'm just gonna clear everything else. At some point I'll need to put in a neck, but I can worry about that later. For the time being, I just need to get everything where it belongs. And it's a bit of an extreme pose, so I'm gonna take my time. Means that her tummy is gonna be kind of straight, whereas her back is gonna be very arched. Just let the tummy kind of come out. There we go. I don't really need to worry too much about making it make sense. Not yet. Right now what's important is that everything looks interesting. Nice and acrobatic. Yeah. I'm digging the acrobatic look of it all. And I can always adjust the position of the legs and anything else that strikes my fancy. I'm just gonna make her look like a bean here. And very exaggerated. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how this is actually working. Gonna go onto my guide layer here. Okay, so now we're actually gonna draw this a little bit more carefully. So the head is kind of going over like this, and it's gonna go down into the neck. And this part goes forward. There's like a twist in here somewhere that I kind of like. And I need to figure out where it is so I can keep it. So here's shoulders. Let's get the shoulders in there. I'm actually going to hide her front hair as well. So we have some shoulders. And they kind of do something like this. I probably want to drop this one a little bit. Okay. So this is the center. And her chest is going to be about there. And I can put a little bit of straightness into her stomach. okay? So how is she twisting? I feel like it kind of goes around like this. And that the center of her body is something like this. And then we have shoulders. That'll probably come something like that. We have her waist, which goes something like that. And then her hips, which are going something like this. So I can afford to do some stuff kind of like this here. There we go. No, I don't think so. More like... maybe find a different color. We can use the red again. More like this. Where her chest is going. Just kind of sticking out. And I'll make it a little bit softer on this side. We'll kind of roll back into the shoulder there. There we go. Man, she looks so weird without her hair. That's just how it goes at this stage. Right now this is less how her clothes look and more how her body looks, but this will help me later. I might actually just... and just a body guide. Make it a new color. And yes, a lot of my early parts when I'm drawing in this style involve me just putting neon colors everywhere and figuring it out. This is honestly isn't even the weirdest one. But it's pretty hard to draw in this just using normal colors, because everything just kind of blends together. I mean, that's the point, so gotta do what you gotta do to be able to see how it all shakes out. I think I want this part to be a little bit bigger. I'm gonna keep her shoulders about the same, but I think the chest area needs to be a bit larger. Right here. Yeah, that's a bit better. Really need to make her shoulders a little bit more narrow to connect them properly. Something like that, I think. Let's see if I can draw her skirt on this. That's what made me want to get all this down in the first place. So her skirt, it looks like it's a bit high-waisted. It'll probably go like this. High-waisted and quite tight. Wrap around the thigh here. And this side will wrap around like this. Kind of come up. I think it's something like this. Yeah, that looks about right. And then it'll go behind, but this knee is coming out in front here. I think I want it to be a little higher. We'll raise it a little bit. Okay. And then the top looks vaguely, I don't know, kind of coat-like. Those the shoulders, and then she has gloves. So I'll just worry about the top part for now. Gonna kind of come through here. And I think I'm gonna have it kind of... It looks like it's not zipped up all the way, so I think in a pose like this, it's gonna fly open. I'm not gonna draw the whole thing, just... Let's see, how does it wrap? Probably a bit more like this. I'll wrap this way. I just think something like this should look pretty good. Once the time comes for me to actually make all that make sense. I'll turn a bunch of my hidden layers back on. I'm gonna leave the weapon off for a little while longer. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. Pretty satisfied with how the pose is shaping out. Let me see, do I want to turn her a little bit more? Yeah, I think so. Let's see, like this, it's like... just a matter of figuring out the angle here. There's lots of tiny little things that go into me deciding this, and I'm never quite sure how to describe them. Right now, I just don't want her to look too straight. Like right now, if you look at her chest versus the edge of the canvas here, it's looking kind of parallel. And I'm not sure if I like that. Let's see. So I'm going to see if I can fix that a little bit. I'm just not quite sure which way I want her to go. 'Cause here, I definitely like her more this way. And I can decide which way I want the goat head to be going. Maybe I should move it horizontally. Let's see, how's that? I can use my history over here to kind of look at it before and after. Sometimes with transforms it's a little bit slow though. Yeah, I think that's a little better. So just trying to decide on exactly how I want all this to be angled. Yeah, so right now I want to figure out how I want the horns to be angled relative to her. And I think it's something like this. Which means I need to cut all this to a new layer until I fix it up. Because otherwise I won't be able to adjust the feet. Because it kind of sunk into the shadow there and I want them to be sticking out more. Okay, now I can merge that back down and we'll add more, I don't know, shadowy bits coming out. I'm gonna run the back of the head here. I'll worry about making that pretty later. But okay, I think this is looking pretty good. Let's flip it around. Yeah, I think it's all pretty cohesive. Now just a matter of deciding what I want to do with the arms. Let's revisit that. Does it make more sense to have it straight out like this now? What was it originally? I mean, if I have it pointed like this, it looks like she's just trying to stab herself, and that's a bit weird. Which is why I was looking more toward this direction. But I don't really like this either. Let me see. Time to do the pose myself. As well as I can, considering this is kind of a ridiculous pose. So I'm just gonna be trying some things in real life. And I think even if I flip the weapon around, like, it's still just gonna look like she's trying to stab herself. So I don't think that quite works for me either. Let's ask Google. Let's see, search term backflip with weapon, I guess. Maybe with knife. No, even Google's not really helping here. Let's do ninja backflip. Alright, I think this might be something that I might just kind of have to figure out on my own while I just kind of stare into space for a while. And that would not be very interesting stream content, so that's probably going to be something I do today. But I might be able to figure out this arm. What should I do with this arm? This is where ninja backflip references are helpful. Where are their arms going? They're doing all kinds of things, really. So I'm just gonna move it around. Like, I don't think it's looking terrible there. Angle might be better. I have the hand kind of going in there. No, it actually doesn't. Let's see. The joys of figuring out poses. I'm just gonna leave it like that and hide it for a second. Then on the top of the body here, do I want this arm kind of coming this way? This way? Is it better straight? Does it go back? Yeah, okay. I think like that is actually fine. So it's just a matter of figuring out what I want to do with this. Maybe it's the angle of the weapon that I think is weird. And the arm right there is actually fine. Yeah, I guess so. I'll bring it more. I don't want it to be like completely overlapping the other part of the arm there. But I think just kind of holding it parallel to her chest actually works okay. So let's see about adjusting this other part of her arm here. Yeah, okay. I think that works pretty well, actually. Gotta go hide my bright blue guideline here. Yeah, I think this is something I can work with. I still have a bunch of other details on her clothes that I will still need to add. But I think I can start refining this. Still have a few more minutes, so let's start refining her face a little bit. Make it look a little bit more like her. Okay. What kind of face does she have? Because I remember it being a little bit on... Well, it's actually a bit less long than I remember it being. Fairly standard anime face. Okay. That's easy enough to do. You can see that when I get started, a lot of the time I do just heavily exaggerate the various curves and stuff on the face to help me see what I'm doing. And then, when the time comes, I kind of push them back a little. And here I'm rotating the canvas to be a little bit more level. Because otherwise figuring out the proportions on this is going to be a nightmare. It's such an extreme angle that I am not at all familiar with. So it's a bit hard for me to picture in my mind. It's like right now I'm not gonna worry too much about getting it smooth. I just need to get all the portions and stuff down still. So there's still gonna be a lot of moving things around and things are gonna get messy. There's not much point in getting anything to look nice yet. Okay, that should be good. Let's turn the hair back on. Yeah, looks a bit more like her already. Okay. I'll turn that off. Now I'm gonna go visit the eyelashes. Gonna take a good look at her eyes here. They're pretty flat at the top. I've got a little bit of curvature to them, but overall pretty flat. And then square with a very noticeable tilt. Okay. And she has a bit of smarm in her eyes there. There we go. Yeah, I think that's already starting to look a bit more like her. Pretty flat on the bottom. And then a sharp curve this way. I always pay attention to the little shapes like this when I'm drawing fan art. It really helps sell the likeness of the character. And you can see, still really not trying to get anything clean. Just drawn in the basics. Gotta start somewhere. It's all good. The upside is, you know, once you start getting this stuff in, it'll start looking like the character, and that's always pretty nice. Looks like this eye was a little bit more off than the other one, so I'm having to do a bit more work to get it right. Let's go put it back at this angle. Yeah, now it's a bit too low. She has very sharp eyes. I want it to be fairly flat with slight angle downwards. Somewhat glare-like in that regard. I'm definitely gonna have to resize these, but that's fine. Just trying to get the shape right for now. There we go. I'm gonna rotate the head back up this way. This way I can kind of see what I'm doing. And I'll go up. Looking good. Then we'll try to get the sizing correct. There we go. Something like this. It'll look a little bit better once I fix the eyes here. I think that's probably mostly correct. Just might need to make some adjustments later. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, I think. It's amazing how much a difference doing the eyes can make. Eyes are just so huge. And I mean figuratively and not literally in this case, but there we go, kind of a nice intense look in her eye. I may or may not draw a nose. I guess I'll just leave it there for now. Get a little bit of expression in there. Kind of flat, leaning toward frown. That's what I think I want to go for. Yeah, just like that. Alright. The only layers I don't have showing are my experimental ones, so this is just how everything looks for the time being. I should probably give her a neck. Let's do that. I'll make it green. There we go. Looks a bit dislocated still, but I'll work on fixing that. So I think the next big step is going to be figuring out all the proportions, and now I have a head to gauge proportions with. So I think I will end it there for today, and I'll start doing proportions tomorrow. This will give me a chance to see if I actually like the pose as it is, or if I want to change something. Still not 100% sold on this arm, for example. But otherwise, I think it's looking pretty good. Oh, thank you for coming. If you'd like me to take a look at your own creative works, whether that be art, writing, coding, game design, or any other creative pursuit you can think of, please DM me on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll take a look. Maybe leave some comments. So, I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.